There we go. The conclusion to our Rock of Death videos. I'm going to launch my Hickory four-shafted arrow into the rock and we'll see if it'll survive. But before I do that, I need to raise your anticipation level. And I've got the bow, the same bow I've been using, that nice sinew-backed red oak board bow. And I've got my quiver and I've got some arrows. And in the quiver, I have a grouping of arrows made by different people. And this means so much to me. I have the thought and I've got the voice. Think about that. The bow is the thought and the arrows are the voice. I've got the voices of, let's see, 3 people here. Bring this out. I'm looking for 2 feathered fletches and one that isn't even fletched. I've got arrows. 3 different arrows made by Lucius. He is one of our YouTube friends. There is river cane. Isn't that pretty? Lucius made that fishing arrow with the barbs on it, which I'm not going to shoot into a rock. He has another one. It's a shoot foreshaft and another shoot for the shoot main shaft, shoot foreshaft, put on there with a bird's mouth and a chisel, a footed shaft, real sinew, and 2 feather fletch. And when you saw the carbon arrow that I shot, it only had 2 feathers. You know, 2 feathers work. And then another composite, which is river cane, real sinew, and then a stone point that Lucius made, and 2 feather Cherokee fletch. The philosopher. If I was to have to use one word to describe Lucius, I would say philosopher. Next up, I have, and please do not let me convey the message, I am against cedar arrow shafts. Port Orford cedar, wonderful. If you have something you're going to shoot at, and you've got a Port Orford shaft on your arrow, it'll probably work, given you have enough skill, because they stay strong, they're light, or they stay straight, they're light, beautiful. In Warpath, G, buddy at Warpath Archery, very precise. I would, one word, technician. G can shoot arrows from a horseback. He can spit out arrows from his quiver really fast. He is a technician. And then there's the one that I shot into a rock. And this, by no means, is a slight to this person. I'm going to take your arrow and I'm just going to break it on a rock. Made by Derek. River cane. And it wasn't a composite shaft. It was river cane all the way up to the cartridge field point. Very well made. And I threw it at a rock. I did, and I broke it, but I repaired it. One word to describe Derek, warrior. You know, you could throw Derek against the metaphorical rock and he might get injured, but he's going to mess up that rock. And so that's why I felt it okay to shoot Derek at a rock, because I knew he would bounce back. So here we go. As I say, I'm not going to step back 15, 20 yards. I'm going to make this one count. So I'm going to actually shoot this at a closer range. It has Hickory foreshaft, and I went so far as I've got a little winding of sinew on this thing just to make it extra strong. So let me stick my Massey finish bow on the ground. It's not going to hurt it because it's got a good finish, and we'll line this up at the Rock of Death. And again, I'm gonna stand back just at a nice easy distance so I can hit this on the first try. So place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I didn't glue my, hopefully it's, okay, good. It stayed in. I didn't glue the field point onto it. So let's see what happened. It did not break. All it did was jam the field point down in there, so it's fully seated now. And I can repair it by just sanding those raggedy little edges off of there. That's how you apply field points. And so it survived at probably 10 yards, a full draw. Will I shoot it again? No, I don't think so. because I like this arrow and I'm not going to rebuild it. It survived hitting a rock of death. We'll just leave it at that. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership. It did a number on that field point. But yep, it worked.